when you hear the details of this case, you're just going to say, why was this guy out at all? Vehicular manslaughter of an 8-year-old boy, not once, but twice, as he gets ripped on by the judge. But I have one question. Why is this guy out on bail in the first place? Let's get into it.
This noon, a judge laid down the maximum sentence for a terrible accident that killed an 8-year-old Buffalo boy. News 4's Nalina Shapiro joins us live from the newsroom with more on today's sentencing. Nalina.
Yeah, Victoria, this morning's sentencing turned into a heated exchange between the judge and one of the defendants. At first, 21-year-old Levon Turrentine stood quietly before State Supreme Court Judge William Bowler, awaiting his fate. He had pleaded guilty to second-degree vehicular manslaughter for his role in a tragic accident in April of last year that took the life of 8-year-old Tunami Filbert. Officials say Turrentine was teaching 18-year-old Brianna Hightower how to drive when she struck the boy as he ran across Porter Avenue in Buffalo. Hightower didn't have a license at the time. For some reason, after the accident, the passenger and driver switched seats, and when Turrentine was behind the wheel, he somehow struck the boy again, killing him. Turrentine was released on bail initially, but this morning we learned that he was arrested again recently for possession of marijuana and driving the same vehicle with a suspended license. The judge wasn't happy.
I told you.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Why is this guy out on bail? Why is he wearing a wife beater? And why do we keep letting these criminals dictate what goes on in the courtroom? This case was from 2010, I'm sorry, not 10 years ago, 2010. And that's when it really started to turn. And I don't understand why. This case was from 2010, and I don't understand why this guy was out on bail. I don't understand why he's wearing a wife beater. And I don't understand why he was letting an unlicensed driver drive. I don't believe that you see a kid and then you hop in the driver's side and you go in reverse and run over the child again. Why are you even getting into the driver's side in the first place? Why aren't you getting out? This is an 8-year-old boy. But again, comes back to the question, I also wouldn't go to court in a wife beater either. So you have to put that into account. So let's hear this judge erupt.
You were not supposed to drive. So what it tells me is one bad decision after the another. You didn't learn anything. You violated the law again by driving the same car that you already killed somebody with. You were not supposed to be behind that wheel.
It's not like I was joyriding or anything, Your Honor. I just went to the Chinese place to get me and my kids something to eat.
Did I release you on bail to say that it was on the...
Oh, so you went to get Chinese food. Dude, delivery. You're telling me that's the only thing you were doing? You were going to Chinese to get your kids something to eat. Bro, it would cost you an extra $1 or $2 to tip the driver for delivery. Come on, man. We all know what you were doing.
Condition you don't joyride?
And the courtroom fireworks did not end there. You'll hear more tonight on News 4 at 5. Meantime, Turrentine was given the maximum sentence and could spend 7 years behind bars. Now, the female involved was charged as a youthful offender and pleaded guilty to reckless driving. She was released because prosecutors say they proved that she didn't commit the action that resulted in the young boy's death. Live, Nalina Shapiro, News 4 at noon.
All right, let's get into some of the comments here. The wife beater seems to dominate the comment section early and often. But this right here shows up to his sentencing wearing a wife beater. Dude wore a wife beater to court. Are you kidding me? Wait, he hit the boy again? How the fuck does someone end up hitting the boy twice? R.I.P. little man. It's so sad. It's unbelievable. I mean, we've heard a lot of stuff on this court, Time Served, the regular court channel, and a little bit on Time Served too. This one is insane. I don't know how I've never heard this case before. Somehow struck the boy again after switching seats for some reason. Yeah, okay, nothing fishy here. Yeah, I mean, did he want to do it? Did he feel good doing it? All I know is that if I even hit a squirrel or a chipmunk, I am going to pull over and see what had happened. Never mind a little boy, an 8-year-old kid. Do you know what that sounds like? I know the panic would set in. I understand that. But you get in the driver's seat. So you got out of your car. Get out of your car. But then you go to the boy who was still alive, by the way. And instead, you get into the driver's seat and hit reverse. At the very least, go forward, bro. Just go forward. It's sad. It's crazy. One bad decision after another. That sums it up completely right there. That's a good one. 7 years is the max sentence. Yeah, the max was 7 years for vehicular homicide in Buffalo at the time. I don't know if it's greater now because of this or laws have tightened, but I don't know. It's New York and laws are kind of loose there. And again, I'll bring it back. Why was this guy out on bail in the first place? I'm going to bring up some of his charges that he had prior to this manslaughter. Okay, so let's get a look at some of these charges. So we saw the video, commented. Now let's look at these actual charges that he had before vehicular manslaughter. Burglary of an unoccupied conveyance, grand theft motor vehicle, driving with license canceled, suspended, or revoked, third offense, aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer, deadly weapon. These are all separate occurrences. These are separate charges. I think he only had one felony before this case. I think it was atrocious that a man in a wife beater goes to court after violating bond for going to get Chinese food when he should be locked up. I know the sentence was max at 7 years, but you know what? Let's add on to that by not giving him bail. How about that?